Incognito, which is a psychological thriller. First, I would like to request the guests to just inaugurate the book.
He deserves to be on this side. Understand? Just a word of introduction for all those who might not know. You know, the only reason all of us have sort of had the pleasure of being on this side is because at one time we all worked together at the Maharashtra Herald. And for those of you who might not know, Maharashtra Herald was Pune's first English language daily. And so we have the pleasure of seeing a one-time amateur, naive, trusting reporter bloom into an eloquent, smart writer.
Welcome all our guests with flowers. Of today's chief guest, Mr. Harry David. Mr. Harry David is a versatile journalist who has covered numerous subjects. He's covered politics, sports, defense, crime, cinema, and he's also covered a lot of cultural events. He has retired. He's had a phenomenal professional career of 4 decades, and he's just retired in 2000. And he's retired as a principal correspondent Times of India. So we welcome you, sir. He serves on the board of studies of Symbiosis Institute of Mass Communication and Journalism also. So we would like to invite Mr. Harry David to talk about the book.
Talk about the book.
I'm sorry, right? See, I'm making a written speech.
Yes, please.
Actually, I find myself privileged and honored to be called upon for this Incognito, a maiden mystery novel by my dear friend, Mrs. Lata Gwalani. I knew her at Balasubramanian. It was a pleasant surprise for me when my colleague Joe Pinto asked me during mid-March whether I was aware that our colleague Lata, with whom I had lost contact after Shiba had migrated to Mumbai more than 3 decades ago, that she has come out with a maiden mystery novel. Quite chilling, you know.
A maiden was come out with the mystery novel.
Minutes after Joe had put down the phone, Lata came on the line and asked me, "Do you remember me?" How could I forget her? She and Sudha Menon and Vijay, if you remember, were 2 of our brightest budding journalists to undergo internship at Pune, which later came to be known as Maharashtra. While they were studying at Ranade Institute of Journalism. I want to come down to Pune to present you and Joe with my book. You are simply taken aback, yeah? Welcome all the way to present us with the book. But she replied, "I would like to meet 2 of my best well-wishers in life," she had replied. Thankful to you that you still remember her as one of your best friends. And there she was barely a week after my birthday on April 18 at my home for a reunion with me and Joe. I happened to be reading David Baldacci's latest novel, The Sixth Man. I was in a dilemma really, whether to complete reading the novel or lay hands on Lata's novel. My instincts told me that I should not try to rush through her. I am an avid crime and spy thriller reader right from my school days. Being initiated into reading Marathi detective paperbacks. My Marathi friends may remember those days, the Arnalkar brothers were quite famous. They used to come out with book practically every week. And I used to be wondering how these guys are able to bring out books every week. It was only after I started reading English crime thriller that I realized here were two, they were lifting wholesale. Later, while on a night duty at the Pune Herald, to kill time, what time is to just be moving slow pace, started reading whatever came to our hand. James Hardy, Raymond Chandler, Perry Mason, and Mason crime novels, including even Rubbish like Nick Carter, Jane Bond, and all those kind of stuff. I decided to go through Lata's book by taking up to reading a single episode every day, rather than trying to rush through as is my habit. The 4 strong female characters portrayed in the book are shown involved in a passionate love-hate relationship with Adonis like this thing. I don't know from where she invented those, really handsome guys. and then later decided to kill them up. I said, how is she going to portray 4 characters killing them, all compressed in one book? I marveled it going to be there, but it was only after I shifted to reading the last few chapters, what I said, that I realized, there is a wonderful book, and this one wants to keep us engaged. What fascinated me most was to find her insight in taking readers on a tour de France of some of the most exciting locales, sweeping from pictures Venice to Pondicherry, her birthplace, that is what I am told, to Missouri, and reaching a searing climax along the turgid banks of the Hooghly River. The meticulous detail with which she has described these places will leave the readers in no doubt that Lata is a widely traveled lady who has the feel of the place at heart. Am I right, Lata? Must have traveled half the world, yeah. Lata's maiden effort made me go in search of crime and mystery thriller writers outside the pale of the famous English mystery and crime thriller writers. Having been used to seeing and even having read Hindi and regional language papers, I was curious to find out how many writers are there who specialize in writing English crime thrillers in English language. Barring a dozen male writers like Rajarshi Chakraborty, Ashok Banker, Vikram Chandra, Surendra Mohan Pathak, Satyajit Ray, Vikas Pathak and others, I could find no mention of any ladies except the solitary one, that is Kalpana Swaminathan. I was therefore quite happy to realize that our very own Lata has joined the pantheon of rare breed of Indian English writers. Quite a wonderful thing to realize that here is this thing. I never imagined she could rise so high up in with a rich background as a roving journalist and now a neuro-linguistic programmer practitioner. Lata is in an enviable position of using her talent both in the study of human mind and psyche to make a name for herself. If she really takes up to writing serious stuff, especially the kind of experience she is getting as an NLP practitioner, I am quite sure this lady is there to stay, my dear. And wish her all the best in life, and please let her give up your best effort to this. Thank you. Thank you for calling me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. The next guest of honor is Mr. Joseph Pinto. Mr. Pinto is a journalist, he's a trainer, he's a consultant, he's a teacher. And he's worked in different capacities in media and corporate. He he has he has served in Gomantak Times, the English daily that covers whole of Goa, and he also teaches editing and communication and development at Symbiosis Institute of Media Communication. And he's also a visiting facility over there. So I would like to invite Mr. Joseph Pinto, and would like to
Hello everyone. Especially old Maharashtra. There are some very nice people here. There's Sujata there. There is Meera. There is Sushma. Rohan hasn't come now. There are many of my students here, including Lata here on this side. And it is a great pleasure for a teacher and a journalist to have somebody excel. I don't know whether Harry feels the same way and Lele feels the same way, but when you are a senior, the most pleasurable thing for you is for your junior to go ahead of you. And all three of us, belong to this category of people who love the idea of juniors going ahead, rather than juniors always being below you and kind of always being at your beck and call. I'm not going to say much more, except that I'm going to read something from the book itself. Harry and myself, we sat down and we chose something. He will read some of the other passages, but I will read one where she describes her native place.
And Joe, make Vijay read one.
Yeah.
Because since he's here, Vijay, I marked out the thing for you.
You can just give it to him now, he'll quickly. I won't take the mic for this because I'm not very comfortable.
You want me to hold the mic for you?
No. See, when you teach so many students, speaking is not a problem for us. Pondicherry, or Puducherry as it is now called, was a large French colony. Today it is a city with a dual personality. A long canal divides the city into its east and west parts, revealing two different cities with distinct characteristics. On one side, where a hotel was located, is the Indian part of the city. A typical hustling, bustling South Indian melee of temples, homes with kolam rangoli designed frontages, and cycle rickshaws steered by charcoal-colored lanky men in blindingly white vesties that were folded so high up their thighs that to an outsider, the city could have easily earned the reputation for being flagrantly vulgar, and its inhabitants ardent disciples of voyeurism. It is also in this part of the city that life-size matinee idols look down at the commoners from strategically placed hoardings. Coffee houses and lunch homes entice the passers-by with their blackboard announcements of tiffin or sapad, which is food, or simply with the irresistible aroma of sambar. The other side of the canal has a distinct look and feel. One can see a strong French influence, especially in the old quarters, with roofs and boulevards lined with Mediterranean-style houses. Almost every other building in this part of the city is cloaked in grey, symbolic of the Sri Aurobindo Ashram, a spiritual destination for seekers from across the world. This is Rachna, one of the characters. There are four characters whom Anjali interacts with, and this is Rachna. And this is Rachna speaking to us. After our coffee escapade, Rohit and I took an auto rickshaw ride to the French part of the city. At 6 in the morning, people in the Indian part were up and about. Women with a white towel tied around their white, wet hair were cleaning the front porch of their homes and drawing beautiful designs with a white powder. Temple speakers were blaring out M.S. Subbalakshmi's rendition of the Venkateshwara Suprabhatam. We crossed the canal to the other side. A certain serenity marked this hour in this part of the city. The city was slowly stirring away. A clutch of foreigners was already out, some jogging, others cycling. Here all roads